All right. Good evening, everyone. Good day, wherever you may be. I am setting up for today's live stream, and it's going to be something different today. It's going to be, I don't really have a plan. I'm going to be let's put the music volume down a little bit so you can hear me. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm gonna be starting a new Transformers model today. We'll see how that goes. Don't really have a plan. So yeah, this is very, very, very optimal chance for you to just come in and hang out and ask questions related to you know, everything that I'm doing. So I'm setting up a document right now, and I know you can't see it yet because I'm still in the setting up phase. And just generally taking care of all the stuff I usually do when streaming, setting up the chat bots, setting up the chat windows, make sure everything is correct. Alright. Checking out the Watch Me Work chat. And scooting my sketch image somewhere. Somewhere I can see it. Although Krina is taking up a lot of this space, so I'm going to turn that into a PNG. Then I can even show you the... There we go. So this is somewhat roughly the design that I'm gonna be setting up. So as you can see, it's very technical. Alright, let's see. Do I want to start with a Dynamesh? That's a good question, because a Dynamesh allows me to, well, quickly sketch, I suppose. To see what the dimensions are gonna be, and then I'm gonna, overwrite that with different kinds of hard surface areas. So yeah, let's just start, and let's just gonna see how it goes. I mean, I suppose it should be fine, right? It's a little bit enthusiastic. Let's put that intensity back down. Let's see, move tool. There's gonna be a little bit of noise right now because I'm gonna tilt the, and move the drawing monitor to something a little bit more convenient for me. So I'm tilting it to a little bit more of a drawing desk surface. Okay, so I'm going to roughly approximate the shapes that the model will be having at some point. So I'm gonna get the trim, where are you, the trim rectangle, and it cuts off quite a generous piece. There we go. And I'm gonna append a sphere. And I'm gonna be doing a little trick here. It's not really a trick. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of work in shadow box. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with shadow box, it's a really handy tool that allows you to create geometry based on that object's shadow. So by drawing out a shadow, I can tell ZBrush, well, this is basically roughly the shape that I want this object to have. Though as you can see, it, it's not really taking everything, but I'm gonna be okay with this. And I'm gonna turn Dynamesh back on. There we go. Huh, that's slightly awkward. I mean, somehow, some side part of it became offset, I suppose. I like how he has these funny looking ears now. Hello, Raga Steve. How are you doing today? I am noticing that my trim brush has gone away again. Trim smooth border. That's a whole lot of intensity for it. Nope, stopping right there. I'm doing great. I'm starting this new model, which is a little bit of a you know, challenge, but gonna see how we're gonna get through it. And yeah, actually, it's not as you know, I've had past streams working on stuff that was pretty far along in the process, and this is entirely new, so it's kind of exciting. Also, I'm gonna be repeating this a lot of times, but if you have any questions or you want to talk about stuff, feel free to do so, because yeah, it's no problem at all right now. I mean, it's never a problem, but today it's especially no problem. And I believe I heard a follow ping, but I see that my bot is not responding to it, which makes me kind of upset with it. But thank you, Steve, for the follow. It's very much appreciated. Are you, by any chance, a Transformers or other mecha fan? I mean, that's, you know, I'm making a Transformer, so... And this is all just, you know, roughly blocking things out. Which is usually the case with this kind of work. you just end up doing a lot of trying out. But if you keep at it, eventually you'll get there. You just have to remember that you it's easy to give up at some point, right? And that's usually the phases you go through. So all of this is just basic blocking out some structures that are gonna fold and stuff. Like this is gonna be, you know, the chest plate, and then I'm gonna be having, I don't really know. I mean, we're gonna be having stuff that folds in over each other. So I should get rid of this first, and then give myself some orbs that are gonna represent to me where the arms and legs are gonna be attached, how they're gonna be attached, where the head is going to be. And this is already the point where the doubt is already starting to sink in just slightly. But I'm gonna get through it. Is this any better? It's too loud? Like this? How about this? Ooh, that's gonna be, yeah. I'm happy because that was just max setting on OBS. So then, if that didn't do the trick, I would need to find a better solution. So yeah, these orbs, this one and this one, those are gonna be like shoulders, the joints in the shoulder. This is going to be at least representative for the waist. I mean, I can append a C-sphere, set in solo mode. And then, let's see. Let's just, you know, go back to basics just a little bit and then draw out an anatomy figure. You know, so this is the waist. This is where the, you know, the hip joints I'm gonna emerge from. These are obviously the knees. There we go. And then we have the feet. And we're gonna be having some ankle joints. There we go. Eventually I can rig the models for animation. Because they're robots, that's really easy to do. As you can imagine. Because robots move by joints, so you don't have to weight paint anything. As in, if you were to have a human, you would have to weight paint all the joints to the mesh, or the mesh to the joints. And robots are a bit easier. Right. His weight distribution is a little bit off. It's because the anatomy I'm giving it isn't the best. So let's fix that. There we go. It's one of the things I like the most, I suppose, about the ZBrush functionality. That you can just very quickly set up a humanoid figure, I guess. Alright, so that needs to go a little bit more, that needs to go a bit like that. Bulky male, quotation marks, because not really gender. They have a very triangular shape. So this needs to go, oh, thank you. This needs to go a little bit more, you know, broad shoulders. It's gonna go a little bit like that. And then we okay, so let's just imagine those are, you know, the extremities of the hand. So we're gonna give him a little bit more of a wrist impression. There we go. Okay. I kind of wanna bring that down a bit. Okay. Now here's the tricky part, because he's gonna be having these, well, like so, a jetpack structure. So you can see these, can I zoom in with this? Yes, thank you. I didn't finish drawing them, but these flaps right here, those are gonna be on his back. They're kind of major turbines. And then this is obviously the front of it, and then at the bottom in the abdomen, as in robot mode, the abdomen, it's gonna be having these tentacles and suction naps for underwater proficiency, which is why he has a little bit more of a space here. And then his legs are also going to be having a pretty interesting gimmick. There. Alright, I think this is about the armature as we get it. Okay. Let's see. I might just want to copy this, and I need to save. Before I, you know, lose everything. Okay, so I made a duplicate of this C-sphere armature. Then I'm gonna be making a adaptive, yes, adaptive skin out of it. Up the density just a little bit. Oh wow. Do I want the... I mean, the shoulders are very aligned with the head. Just a second. Might wanna... Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna try beefing up a little bit, just a little bit more scale. Alright, cool. It should do the trick. Do I know what I'm doing? Not entirely. I mean, I know enough to feel confident doing this. But how it's gonna turn out? Well, that's the adventure. It needs more resolution on a Dynamesh. You've tried ZBrush. So, where did you stop, you know, feeling confident, I guess? I mean, I think that's usually... I don't know, could be different reasons, right? What did you try with ZBrush? That kind of makes me sad to hear, because it's you know, my experience with it is that it's just a kind of comfortable program. So if someone says that they didn't have any success with it, the like that. Well, I think it just depends a little bit on if you ever, you know, I mean, you probably did. I'm gonna assume you did. But just see something around the house or something, or anything really, and just try and make that. As in basics. I mean, everything is just, you know, cubes and cylinders. I mean, this is really what I'm doing right now, right? Just doing a little bit of box modeling here. Which is, you know, by the way, a new feature. I don't know if you ever had a chance to try it. It's, well, it literally is box modeling. Although, admittedly, I have a feeling I would be quite a faster in Maya with these shenanigans. But that might just be because, to be honest, I'm kind of inexperienced with this as well. I'm not really used to doing box modeling in ZBrush. But I'm just gonna see how we get along. Also, it's really warm here. I don't know. It's summer and it's just. So I'm not entirely sure how long I will be able to stream. Because the heat is kind of distracting. Yeah, right? I mean, this is Netherlands. We kind of, you know, have similar temperatures, I suppose. And there was a thunderstorm, a really big thunderstorm and rain in a lot of parts of the country here. I don't know if that was also in London, but it was just wow. There was so much damage. It was a lot of damage. Yeah, right? See, we were not the only ones. Yeah, it was a lot. scaling a single poly, and I want it to be to the poly center. So I am effectively creating a little bit of a inwards where the joints are gonna be. Also, the hand is way too big. There we go, better. Of course, it calculates in the fingers and stuff. I want to extrude a polygon like so, and I want to scale it again. Same as this, I would also like to scale this part. Thank you very much. No, but I also saw some, and I had no trouble yesterday. I hope you didn't have any trouble either. But I saw videos of streets flooding and everything. It was kind of wild. Okay, that's a little bit too much cylinder there. Wait, something needs to be equal here. I think that's it. Yeah, that works. Alright. I want to inset it. I don't want to extrude it, I want to inset it. Flat island, center and border, sure. The insert region. Huh. Oh, that's how you can actually, fabricate holes and stuff. That's interesting. Okay, Let's do that again. If it lets me. It's always a little bit of a contest with sliding the mouse in a 3D viewport. That sometimes you get those little, especially with scaling. It's like, are you scaling up? Are you scaling down? Because if you move your mouse in a certain direction, it scales up, and then it's funny, but sometimes you end up like, which way do I need to move the mouse in order to actually, successfully scale it in the direction I want. Huh. It's not ending up quite as I imagined it, but that's the little part of it that tells you should just continue, and you get there eventually. Well, I'm very happy actually that you, actually like watching me work on this. It's not. I mean, I can probably show you image of the robot I made before this. I mean, I think that might be, something fun. Not that this isn't fun, but so you can have a little bit of an idea what 3D models usually end up looking like. Let's see. Yeah, these are representative. Wait, no, this is old. Yeah, this is better. So this is the robot I actually made before this one. And that's where you can see with the rigging and stuff, because it has joints, you can just tell the joints to move. So yeah, you have to start somewhere, but eventually you can end up with something decent. It just it costs a little bit of time. And especially the start might not be always very enjoyable. But hey, you can't have, it's like making cake or something. So, maybe, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Want to, at some point, you have the opinion, hey, I wanna try ZBrush again. Who knows? You can ask me questions. As in, hey, if I want to do this, how should I handle this? What is the best way to do so? So, stuff like that. Well, that's a very very good thing. Not giving up. Ah, that's really really cool. Do you? I use the Unreal Engine myself. Are you working on any cool projects right now? Because all right. Yeah, that's really really good. Just setting yourself a project as a goal to learn more about the program. At some point I will be taking the actual brush to this area because it's looking a little bit weird. Do you feel that you need a good storyline because you want to create a narrative-based game? I mean, there are, plenty of games that don't really have a extensive storyline. Ah, cool. Alright, here we start getting into a little bit of a funny thing with the model, in that the leg splits into two parts when he transforms. So this part if I can show you better if I you know, get our little fleshy bit away. The inner leg, which is this structure, that is what's gonna drive and be attached to the, well, lower leg is gonna attach to this. And then over here you're gonna have another one of those. Yeah, like this. Actually, it isn't almost the right spot. There. There, just to, you know, so you can see it. And then eventually this is gonna move in that direction. Or in that direction. Depends. Don't know yet. This is a really, really cool gimmick that I personally like. Alright, to play that out. Let's get that fleshy bit back in there. Because that actually does, you know, show me the size, the height it should be. Duplicate that again. Turn around. But yeah, so you were working on a survival game. How far did you get? I mean, it's also, you know, a bit of a tricky question sometimes, but unfortunately I never actually played the forest, but I do know a bit about the game. Were you also, or are you also adding those scary elements? Well, that's actually really something. That's really good. I mean, honestly. Alright. So if I remove the fleshy base, then it looks a little bit Lego, but doesn't look too bad. This might end up actually becoming something at some point. Alright, need to add a little bit of more edge loops. Yeah, it's true. It takes a lot of time to make that kind of stuff. Sure. Really? I'm not entirely sure why it masks out. Oh wait, yeah, I know why. It's a bit of silly reason though, but I can understand. There we go. This is also going to be interesting. Welcome back. I'm seeing some areas that keep reminding me that this would be an easier process for me in mind. But think we cannot be too disappointed here. Also, as I was saying, you know, while you were in 2 seconds, be right back. I placed an orb here, but it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge how this is gonna work, because I want the turbines that are gonna be on the back here. I probably want them to move independent. You know, like so. But then, you know, stuff like that. And then I also want the arms to also move. And then you just, you know, gonna have to picture the arm moving as well. So it's gonna be a challenge. Right, let's get the fleshy part back in. And I might actually let's just, you know, fun and giggles try it. Let's give it a little bit of a different let's not go for let's go basic madcap play, because I find that using the actual pinkish skin tone variant to be just a little bit on the creepy side. You know, because it's we're not modeling a human. I mean, I'm modeling a humanoid, but let's see. Pen pressure is kinda on the very reactive side, even though Z intensity is really, really low. I'm also gonna be looking through my files for just a second and see if I didn't have an old facial model of this mech that I'm making. 2014. Well, look at this. Yeah, can I open this? Might just be able to kickstart it a little bit faster. I'd like to open a file. I would like to take that one. 2015, December. Sure, go for it. Just gotta wait around just a second. Or more seconds. Oh, look at that. I actually made more than I remember. Cool, but I like the other one better. But we're gonna steal this. Okay, do we have other stuff we would like to steal? Yeah, sure, this. Let's steal this as well. Here we go. What are these? We'll steal this as well. Okay, thank you very much. You know, there's a small demo on what Seekers, you know, can sometimes make you do. This is a model I was working on during the last few streams, which I'm ready to export to a rendering program and then make awesome pictures of it. It's a little bit non-conventional, but sometimes that's fun. Right, and we're back here with our little robot. I'm gonna import and you're gonna see that the you know, the actual scaling was a bit off, and the there we go, all the other stuff. But it's also something that can sometimes throw you for a loop. Especially when you're exporting to games and such, ZBrush has its own axis that it prefers. Alright. Import the helmet. 90. Huh. It's messing a little bit with my viewport here. There we go. I think it used to be like this. Yeah, it probably was. Because I'm gonna edit so much stuff to it later on. Right, last bit. Move this up as well. Rotate 90 degrees. Okay, so the head is a little bit too high. That's not a helmet. That's a face. In all caps. Alright. Yeah, does a lot actually. I mean, it doesn't really fit by, you know, style-wise, but it's a good start. Alright. And now the funny thing is that this is going to be a little bit more fleshed out too at some point, because the of the design sketch, the tentacles were actually in robot mode. They originate from you know, from this spot and this spot and this spot, and then they actually run Can I actually, does it have really duplicates? Kind of mesh. So it's gonna run past the adamant to the back, or you know, it kind of interlocks into one another, and then the other side is exactly the same. So this is actually twice as thick. I mean, it hasn't heard of smoothing, but it gives you an impression of what that's going to be like. Although considerably less bumpy, I might add. What gave it away? There's no age limit on liking that stuff. But yeah, I don't like only Transformers. I like, you know, pretty much anything with robots. But I like Transformers the best. That is true. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a real shame that at some point, you know, if you cannot like certain stuff anymore because of your age, that wow, that's just the worst. So if anyone tells me like, hey, you like Transformers, but that's for kids, I just say go away. No, but stuff like that, and you know, having fun and laughing and all that stuff that actually is good for you. So if you stop doing that kind of stuff because you're afraid, or you know, not afraid, ashamed of what people might think, then that's a waste, I think. I mean, I go to all the superhero movies, not because they're, genuinely, awesome movies to see, but also because they make the kid and me very happy. And I can enjoy a good animation movie just as much as anyone else. But then, also the kids' movies and stuff like that. No problem. Indeed. Exactly. It is heating up considerably in here though. So I'm considering to just call it a day pretty soon. I mean, I like doing the stream, but eventually I just, wanna... Yeah, exactly. Just wanna dive in a pool or something. Yeah, same over here. It's, there's a lot of humidity in here. It's no good at all. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, no, it's this is no good right now. I'm gonna be doing something different. I'm gonna be parking this. I'm gonna go into a little cooldown modeling. That's awfully detailed, guys. That's very detailed. Wow. Why would you do this? I mean, for a demo. Well, luckily, they anticipate stuff like that. Because they added various tools that will allow you to, you know, get rid of any excess polygons. Alright, gonna collect my smooth brush again. And it's been a really long time that I've, you know, done any kinds of sculpting. So just bear with me. But I wanted to do a little bit of, you know, at least try and get back in there. Just sculpting for fun. Because I've been working on the lizard creature for so long, and the robots for quite a long time. Eventually, just, you know, kind of forget how to do, you know, anatomy and stuff. And I'm going for a little bit of a cartoonish character. Also a bit fantasy setting. Like, so I want the ridges of the, you know, the features just extended a little bit more. Probably need to gonna give those cheekbones a little bit more presence. Probably help if I give her eyes. Let's see. Yeah. Add one eyeball. Add the second eyeball. Wait, not add the second eyeball. I should have paid more attention to the eyeballs that the model presented me with. Come to think of it. Guess, yeah. Let's just keep them like that for now. We'll come back and fix those up later. But it does give me the opportunity to actually fold the eye a bit better around the around the eyeballs. I think that actually the transmute brush is now helping me out, because it allows me to kind of chisel away at the part below the eyebrows. Right. That's not right. That's not right at all. It's also, getting a little bit difficult to actually focus on asking myself the question, wait, what error am I making? Why is this not looking the way it should look? And the reason for that is because it's really, really hot. But yeah, let's just make do. I'm trying to add a little bit of dragon scale. To the model. Maya is really easy. It depends a little bit on how you're using it. Because, you know, it also has different styles in which you can model. It even has a rudimentary sculpting you know, feature. I mean, rudimentary as far as I know. But you can definitely yeah, box modeling, of course. But you can also do spline modeling, where you use curves and lines to make like the wireframe, and then you make polygons between those. If that makes sense. And then you also have NURBS modeling, which I am totally unfamiliar with, but it's kind of with the, you know, the same as the spline stuff. You choose what you end up with, either NURBS or polygons. But overall, I really enjoy Maya. I like it more than 3ds Max. Although I've used that one before I switched over to Maya. I used to do in college, but eventually I stuck with Maya because of the curve modeling, the spline modeling. It's you really shouldn't underestimate it, especially if you're doing architecture and stuff like that. You can make things like bezels for rooms and stuff, like you know, ornamental stuff. You can make that snap to your room. I tried Blender, but I found the interface to be a little bit annoying, so I stuck with Maya. But a lot of people swear to Blender as well. So if people enjoy Blender, then that's very good. Okay, so I'm seeing that I forgot to actually turn on the symmetry. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna mirror it. And then I'm gonna merge it. And there we go. Getting rid of some of that the gooey stuff over there. Now I'm not entirely, you know, skilled and sure about the hair. I don't think it has. I mean, I've seen people, you know, make hair, but I can't really remember the technique right now. Which is a bit, I'm gonna handle this. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have a really quick peek at what kind of brushes they use. I mean, wait, let's, you know, first project. So we get rid of the well, Lightbox has more brushes, right? So if we go here, I mean, huh. Groom, maybe? I mean, I don't think so. Layer, maybe layer. No. I mean, it doesn't even have the pressure sensitivity. Miscellaneous, maybe. Hey, there's an eye brush. In the tool palette, there's an option called Fiber Mesh. This can be used to generate realistic strand-like hair on your model or adapted to produce different effects such as tentacles, shaggy fur, etc. It can be used for both long and short hair. Fiber Mesh. Here. Huh. Okay. Lightbox, fibers. Ooh, that's colorful. Um, well, why did I pick that one? Here, pick that one. Uh-huh. Okay, we're gonna go past all of them because this is hilarious. Can I cannot make the lightbox image smaller. I mean, this is not what I intended. Oh, but it's hilarious. Wow. It's so weird. I didn't even know this was in there. I mean, how would you even use this? I mean, as for hair. Wow. Yeah, anyway. It is a very cool feature, but it's also a feature I don't think you're ever gonna use, to be honest. I mean, when do you see yourself using it? I mean, I see it, and I just don't see myself using it. Um, could be. Just depends. I'm not entirely sure if it exports or if it's just only for rendering stuff. I mean, I believe 2D Max also had a feature like that, and it just um, it's 3D Paint, I think. But eventually, you end up not using it ever. Not certainly not for game development, at least. I didn't find a use for them. I'm looking at some stuff. But I think people actually use a random, a custom brush. Just let me have a quick look here. Yeah, I think people make their custom brushes. I see people talking about insert mesh. Hey, look at this. Should have used that one for the robot. I am not hearing a bird chirping right now, but there are birds in the area. I mean, just wow. I could just make the hair from tubes, but no. Insert mesh brush. So this is something I should be able to alter, or at least base type insert mesh dot. All right. Oh, look at this. Create insert mesh. I mean, I'm just gonna try and reverse engineer this thing. Let's see if I can do this. Because if we, yeah, see? So here we already have an effect. I put the depth of the brush lower than the center. And if I put it to 100, it's gonna float on it. So I am altering the brush right now. Because if we can find out how to, you know, to actually have it taper off around the end, that would help. No, you're not going to see anything on that. Just 0, orientation. Trails horizontal aperture fall off. No, it doesn't seem to do anything. I'm just gonna Google for it. ZBrush, brush, insert, mesh, taper, modifiers. The curve fall off. Curve. We had that on screen at some point. Modifiers. Trails global orientation fall off. Local position. No, that's not curve. I mean, I'm looking at a page where we're seeing a lot of hairbrushes. Ah, right. So we need to go from here. Then we need to do something silly. The images I'm looking at right now is an older image. So I don't think it, well, it definitely changes at some point. I mean, here, if you're interested, this is the page I'm currently looking at. I mean, yes, it's amazing what you can do with that brush. But yeah, like I said, I was looking at one and it had an older version of ZBrush. And I'm seeing that people are using a very, very clear modifier called size. But I'm not seeing it here. So if you're seeing anything that, you know, is like, oh wait, you're totally missing X, feel free to shout out. Because I'm looking for something curvish that I can alter. Trails intensity fall off. No, that's not it either. Converge and radius. No. That's not it either. Let's have a little look here. And there we have a problem. Because he has see curve modifier. Wait, no, this is a different brush he's using. Which does not affect this. But is it what they are all using? I mean, we're almost there. No, I am not entirely sure what this is. You'd expect it to be, right? I do not know. I don't know. I mean, oh right, I'm seeing it now. Um, it's they also use well, that's interesting. And then I use curve mode size. Hey, look at this. But it is flat. Because that person actually, you know, they make say add a sphere, make that the active one, and then create insert mesh brush. Would you like to append the active mesh to this brush or create a new brush? I would like to create a new brush. Alright, so we have a new brush. Then I go here, I select curve mode, want it to use intensity and size, and I want it to taper off, something like this. Okay, well, that works. I would like to lay on top of the thing. And let's see. I would like to weld the points and I want it to stretch. I want to overlap more. Oh wow, look at this. That is so weird. Anyway. You can even realign them. Okay, sure. Okay, cool. So the yeah, that works better. But indeed. So if you were to have that because that's the thing, right? You make a I get it now. I had a sphere that's the base mesh, so it keeps repeating itself over and over again. But because this isn't, you know, tiling, you get the you know, the sausage or the, you know, the internal part of a belly situation going on. But if you were to have something that isn't, you know, tapering off or on its own, you can actually, that's how they create the thing. So I think we figured this out. Oh wow, look at that. Is that because I messed around with the strength multiplier? Good for Indian, yes, but rocks. If you model rocks, you can make an instant mesh brush out of it, and then you can create a mountain ridge. I mean, I don't want to say a lot, but you know. Okay, now yeah, of course. But no, so we you know we figured this out. You take a it's okay. It probably auto-saved whatever I was making, and it's probably gonna survive. And I'm gonna shut down anyway. So let's recap this, right? You take any part of a model that you made. So say if the braids, you want to make the braids, you take a small tiling piece of the braids, and then you make an insert mesh brush out of it, and then you do that in the brush tab. And sorry, my voice is getting a little bit, you know, tired because of the heat. But the brush tab allows you to make an insert mesh brush and do all the how many times does this little piece tile on top of each other, and how much does it sink into the base mesh. And then you can use the stroke tab to determine whether it tapers out or not. and that's how you do the hairbrush and stuff. So next time we'll definitely know how to continue with that. So yeah, as I say, I am going to stop the stream right now because it is really hot today, and wow. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out, Reggae Steve. Also, thank you for the follow. I hope to be able to see you again someday soon. The next stream, I'm gonna call up my standard stream end view. Next stream will be next Wednesday, 6th of June. Same time as today, 8 o'clock Amsterdam time, so that is 7 o'clock for London, I guess. I think so. I know time zones. At least the, daylight savings time and stuff like that. But yeah, 8 o'clock Amsterdam time. That's where my next stream will be next week, Wednesday. And then I'll be continuing the robot. So yeah. Hope to see you guys then, and have a wonderful week. Have a great weekend. Hopefully no water damages anywhere from any thunderstorms. And see you again. Bye bye.